Better get the foundry started again. My mill's been silent for days, and time is money.
30 years and they still haven't caught the dapper old gent. We all live in fear of him.
Please comply with all local laws and customs.
Did you hear? The foundry's gone silent, and no one knows why.
Please comply with all local laws and customs.
This place is oddly quiet, with all our machines shut down. I wonder what's going on in the foundry.
You there. You could use a better weapon. I can fold steel,
30 years
craft a
and they
flintlock,
still
or
haven't
make
caught the
whatever
dapper
exotic
old
weapon
gent.
you desire.
We all live in fear of him.
Yesterday I swallowed parchment and chalk. Later today I'll have a complete map of my digestive system.
Rejoice! The Meisters have concluded their session and the hall is now open to the rabble. Apologies. The preferred term is public.
Ah, half a minute there. You came from the chapter house, did you not? Tell me, is it true? Has the Legion returned?
Only a few of us. But yes, we've reclaimed the old chapter house.
Ha! Let them laugh at me now! Meister Wulf, with his silly dreams of radiant children and prophecies of the Legion's return.
You had a dream of a golden-haired child? A boy?
Precisely so. Not a fortnight past. I dreamt that I saw a golden-haired boy standing at my bedside. He bade me get up and follow him.
You saw the radiant youth? Are you descended from the Legion?
Wish I were, but no. My father was a merchant, and his father as well. If I'd had any Legion blood, I dare say I'd have been killed with the rest of them 30 years back.
Tell me the rest of your dream.
The boy led me through the city square, then up to the chapter house gate. Only, it wasn't dark and abandoned, as it's been for so long. It was clean and bright. Lion banners snapping in the breeze. Gates open wide, as if expecting the Legion's return. Then I awoke, and there I was, standing in my underclothes, in the middle of the street, gawking at the ruins of the chapter house. The child's idea of a joke, I dare say. Still, I knew it was more than a dream.
Are any Legionnaires still living in Stonebridge?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid not. Jane and her mobs were quite thorough. That whole affair was a mark of shame upon our city. Be assured that I took no part in that travesty, nor did my father, or anyone else who bears the name Wulf.
I'm here to address the Meisters. We want to propose an alliance against Jane Cassinda.
An alliance? That'll be tricky business. I can force them to give you a hearing, at least. I'll warn you, though, they're scared. Scared of Jane Cassinda and her armies. Scared that we'll lose our republic if she takes the city by force. And scared of other things, too.
The Meisters are scared of something else. Something inside the city?
No, forget I spoke of it. The other Meisters will know you've been talking to mad old Wulf with his secrets and conspiracies, and that won't win you any friends on the Council.
I'm ready to address the Meisters.
Capital! I shall go on ahead and announce you. We'll await you inside.
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have business with the incarcerated?
Isn't running a jail a bit complicated for an automaton?
I apologize, but I was not designed to answer questions of a remedial nature. I repeat, do you have business with the incarcerated?
Not at the moment. I should be going.
Wasting the time of Stonebridge constables is not presently a jailable offense. But this policy is subject to change without prior notice. Good day.
Gentlemen and goblins, order! Council recognizes the envoy from the 10th Legion.
Meister Wulf tells us that you propose an alliance. A grave matter indeed. Perhaps our colleague forgot to emphasize how deeply we value our neutrality.
A war with Jane Cassinda would risk the very life of our republic. What do we gain by siding with the Legion?
The royal army's destroyed. It's only a matter of time before Jane Cassinda turns against you. Let us help protect your city.
A fair point. We are reasonable fellows, and we know that Jane Cassinda looks upon Stonebridge with covetous eyes. Nonetheless, you can understand why some in the city might fear the Legion's return.
Countless legionnaires were murdered in our streets. People might think that you've come to seek revenge.
Forget the past. Those murders are 30 years gone. We came here to reconcile, not for revenge.
Words alone are unlikely to sway our good citizens. Perhaps if we form a committee, study the problem for several months or a year.
Nonsense! The Legion is no threat. There's far more dangerous things in this city, if you would only open your eyes.
Our colleague again speaks of the dapper old gent, no doubt.
Indeed, sir, I do. You think that the trouble in the Foundry is not the work of the gent?
Wulf, you didn't say anything about the Foundry before.
Bad business. The Foundry supplies power to all of Stonebridge, but now it's gone silent, and no one knows why.
Meister Wulf, let us not turn aside from the matter at hand. We owe the Legion our vote.
No, wait. That hardly seems fair. Force a vote now, and it will assuredly go against the Legion. I propose a recess. Let us each speak privately to the Legionnaires, so that we can reach an informed and impartial judgment.
How many votes do I need to win your support?
A simple majority will suffice. 3 of 5 votes cast in the Legion's favor. Council declares a recess. We shall reconvene after the Legion envoy has spoken to each of my esteemed colleagues, and all are prepared to render a judgment. The envoy from the Legion. Is there something else you need?
You were elected to lead the city?
By a popular vote of almost 70%. Not counting the automatons, of course. Our mayor is elected from among the Meisters, the leading citizens of the town. It's a far better system than we used to have. We put an end to all that autocratic nonsense not long after the Old Kingdom collapsed. Our city has been a free republic for the past 30 years.
What can we do to win your vote? An alliance will benefit us both.
There's that word again. Alliance. You won't think ill of me, I hope, if I express a certain degree of concern. But I shall respect the wishes of the other Meisters. If you can convince my colleagues to take your side, I shall vote in your favor as well.
I won't take any more of your time. Good day.
Indeed, and a good day to you as well.
So the Legion has come looking for my vote. These are perilous times. An entangling alliance is hardly prudent. But I forget my manners. I am Rorik Castle, City Meister and Factol of the Ironmongers.
What does your guild do?
We smelt ore, forge steel, and craft tools for the city's artisans. Most importantly, we oversee the operation of the city's foundry. The foundry is the wellspring of our city's prosperity. We keep the economy in motion, and we are the drumbeat of progress.
Your guild is obviously important. We need friends like you, and we're willing to prove our goodwill.
If you wish to be of service, there is a certain problem that requires attention. The foundry is presently overrun. It's the blasted Cyclopses. They were docile workers for years, but something in them snapped, and they've brought the foundry to a standstill.
Why would they do this? Do you have any idea?
None at all. But I'm not involved in the day-to-day supervision of their work. Speak to my foreman, Mr. Snell, at the foundry. He will explain our predicament in greater detail. I appreciate your willingness to settle this matter at the foundry. Rest assured, your assistance will be rewarded.
Yes. I was wondering when you'd come and harass me. No doubt you're here to solicit my vote for your organization.
You could at least offer me a proper introduction.
Oh, yes. Trivialities. I'm Lord Barrister Mudgutter, Director of the Office of Contracts and Patents, Chief Magistrate of Stonebridge. And I have some other random titles with capital letters. I think I'm technically the High Marshal of Top Fermenting Beverages.
Then I trust you're the goblin to talk to if I want the Meister's support.
One of them, yes. I think you'll find that Wulf is very much smitten with the romantic notion of the Legion. The rest of us need convincing.
How can the Legion earn your vote?
Well, you could help me alphabetize court documents, but a better use of your talents would be to help me with an investigation. Normally, I'd have Wulf handle the situation, but it happens to involve a sizable degree of danger, and Wulf is too important to risk.
If this is the price for your support, I accept. Just tell me what you need.
So, the matter at hand. We've had numerous reports of masked individuals hauling automatons into the crypts under the city. Whatever their aim, they are slowly eroding our defenses, and that is intolerable, especially with Jane Cascinder and her army on the loose. If someone was to enter the crypts and purge them of these criminals, I would owe that person a favor.
You said that these crypts are underneath the city?
Indeed. Old records refer to them as the Crypts of the Sacred Blood, a vast network of tunnels extending from the farmlands in the south. With every passing generation, further tunnels are dug. No one has charted them all. The crypt in question is cut off from the rest, thanks to a tunnel collapse some years back, so you needn't fear getting lost.
Have many of your automatons gone missing?
Only a few have gone missing. More troubling is that a few have returned looking like they were opened and studied.
Consider it done. We'll be back when we've dealt with these criminals.
Well then, if you keep your word, I shall do the same and cast my vote in support of the Legion. Good day. Are you lost, Legionnaire? The Crypts of the Sacred Blood are on the other side of town, in the lower city. Find out who is stealing our automatons, and why.
Greetings, Legionnaire. If you've come to win my vote, don't bother. My mind is made up. Stonebridge will have no entangling alliances. So that's that. Now, if you need some little task to occupy your time, or if you have a question, perhaps I can be of service.
Are you sure there's nothing we can do to win your vote?
At the moment, no. But worry not. I'm sure the other Meisters will vote for you if you sate their self-interested needs. Now, I do have a task or two for you. It's not going to win over my vote, but I would find a way to repay your efforts. Long ago, the Legion served as the mediator of first and last resort. When an argument ran out of control, the Legion offered counsel.
That's all? I thought you might have wanted us to slay something for you.
Your first task is to handle a situation with a prisoner of ours, a Krug. He has no crimes charged against him, but his fate is disputed. Many argue he's safer in prison. Others want him free. He's here in the Meister Hall's jail. Make your inquiries there, then tell the automaton who presides over the jail what you've decided. It's hardly dragon slaying, but if you're true to the Legion, you'll have time for small matters. Go on now, I've got work to do. Welcome back, Legionnaire. What can I do for you today?
Can you tell me a little about Stonebridge?
Of course! I always have time to talk about our fair city. What do you need to know?
Can you tell me a little about yourself?
I am Professor Fiddlewick, Master of the College. That gives me a permanent seat on the Council, so they can't get rid of me, no matter how hard they try. I've been with the College for years. Got here just before the fall of the Legion.
You were here in the city when the Legionnaires were killed?
I was only a junior scholar at the time, and I watched the madness of the city from my ivory tower in the Collegium. The city was deluded into thinking the Legion was the enemy, and in one day of collective madness, a crowd descended on the chapter house. I think everyone here feels shame for what happened, either because they have blood on their hands, or, as in my case, because they didn't intervene.
You and the humans seem to coexist quite peacefully. Are there many goblins in Stonebridge?
Ah, yes. This city is quite the achievement of cosmopolitan sensibilities. For more than a century, the goblin presence has grown. The laws of Stonebridge value all sentient life, which is a good thing. Human cuisine plus goblinoid cooking technology equals paradise.
This city has gears on the buildings and automated golems walking the streets as constables. What sort of technology is this?
Well, progress makes unlikely bedfellows. The Collegium where I teach is devoted to the study of matter and motion. The many guilds of the city adapted our research to make tools that benefit their trade. One worker now has the output of 3. I worry what this will mean. Not enough jobs, too much power for machine owners. But I digress. These issues don't concern the Legion.
That's all I need to know. I should be going.
Take care now. Welcome back, Legionnaire. What can I do for you today?
Can you tell me a little about Stonebridge?
Of course! I always have time to talk about our fair city. What do you need to know?
That's all I need to know. I should be going.
Take care now.
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have business with the incarcerated?
I'd like to speak to the Krug prisoner. Fiddlewick asked me to appraise the situation and determine the Krug's fate.
Very well. It is Meister Fiddlewick's prerogative to entrust such decisions to strangers, rather than automated constables with decades of experience. Please note that the Krug has been imprisoned for its own safety. It is highly unpopular with citizens, especially those who own pitchforks.
Krrr.
Do you want to go free?
Krrr. Krrr.
Are you being treated well?
Krrr.
Sorry about that. Seems the rattle in my lungs gets worse every year. You were asking about my treatment here? Just fine, thank you. The automated constable here, Krrr, tends to my comestibles and keeps away the rabble.
You're pretty well spoken for a Krug.
A Krug? Krrr. Yeah, I guess that's what people think I am. I'm human. Just some ill twist of fate made me hideous and homely.
If you're not a Krug, why are you locked up?
I'm tired of being harassed and assaulted. This time I decided I'd let them think I'm a monster and keep me locked up. Krrr. I've thought about getting out of here, but I have nowhere to go. I'm content to just stay here and daydream.
I have to decide whether you stay or go free.
Krrr. Well, I suppose I've committed no crime, unless being hideous is illegal. But if it's all the same to you, I'm safe here. Let them go on thinking I'm a Krug. It won't hurt my feelings. If you let me go, have someone escort me out of the city at least.
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have business with the incarcerated?
I'd like to speak to the Krug prisoner. Fiddlewick asked me to appraise the situation and determine the Krug's fate.
Very well. Please note that the Krug...
Krrr.
That is all.
Krrr.
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you...
I'd like...
Very well.
Krrr.
That is all.
Krrr.
Welcome to the Stonebridge...
I've come to a decision on the Krug.
I will enact whatever outcome you deem appropriate. Please enunciate carefully.
He's no Krug, he's a human. He should be released and given the full rights and protections of a legal citizen.
Very well. The Krug will be set loose and monitored for his protection, until he has integrated with the city, or been stoned to death by angry mobs.
Krrr. They sure do throw rocks awful hard.
I wasn't certain that the Legion had truly returned, but after witnessing your resolution of the plight of the oppressed Krug proletariat, it caused a great imbalance in my sanguine humors. Fairly had me bursting with them. Now then, we have much to accomplish. Shall we get started?
What in the world are you talking about?
Oh my, do forgive me. I mistook you for a collegium man. I meant only that it made me proud, whilst at the same time risking distempers of the blood. Now then, much to do, much to do. Shall we be off?
What do you mean by we have much to do? Who exactly are you?
Yes, we. First person plural, in this case collective. I could lend you this excellent book on grammar, but wait, I'm forgetting my manners. I am Reinhart Appears, scholar, inventor, and sartorial adventurer. I have degrees in advanced thaumaturgical studies and non-Goblinian geometry. Naturally, I also have a grounding in the classics, but more importantly to you, I am descended from the Grand Mage Merrick, a legionnaire through and through.
That would make him the last of Merrick's line. He must have great potential as a mage.
Well, needless to say, it's been my dream to reunite with other children of the 10th Legion. Second only to the dream of a thaumaturgical waistcoat that can change its color and cut to match the latest season's fashions.
If you have Legion blood, why didn't you join us at the gathering?
Oh, you mean the invitation calculated to lure all the Legion descendants into one place? You must be joking. That was obviously a trap. One would have to be suicidal, or at least a great buffoon, to walk into that sort of setup. Oh my, do forgive me. I should have realized. I meant no offense. But in any case, no, I regretfully declined when that letter arrived.
You said you were a scholar, but have you seen any combat?
I'm hardly the mage that my great-grandfather was, but I was best in my class when it came to channeling and energy manipulation. I may possess a physique best described as suety, but by application of higher non-Goblinian mathematics, I could rip a man in half with a thought. Well, theoretically I could. It's not as though I practice on people. That would be rather rude, and mildly illegal, but mostly rude.
How have you lived in Stonebridge all this time? I thought this town had a bad history with the Legion.
Had I trumpeted my lineage, we would have seen democracy in action. The ballot would have been whether I would be lynched or dissected, but still. I used to dream that the Legion would rise up from the ashes. But I also dream of square circles, so make of that what you will. The people of Stonebridge may have committed a terrible crime against the Legion, but I think it's time to forgive and rebuild.
Forgiveness is an old virtue of the Legion. I'd say your heart is in the right place.
In all my studies of time, I found that you can coil it, twist it, bend it, but it always unwinds the same way. Hatred can't undo the past, so why hold a grudge? Why bother defending Ebb if you can't accept that its people will make mistakes? And of course, forgiveness facilitates the open exchange of ideas. It's hard to have a symposium with a lynch mob.
We need everyone in the Legion to join forces. Are you with us?
Am I with you? Does the thaumaturgical constant Q trend towards infinity for given values of the human soul? The answer is yes, by the way. The Legion needs to stand together, lest we fade into memory. So without further ado, let's be off.
The problem of the Krug has been settled. Thank you for your timely assistance.
I should thank you for resolving the matter of the Krug. Such a small issue, but it required an outside voice.
Do you have another problem for me to mediate?
Yes, I do. Baron is a wealthy landowner with a claim to many parcels of land here in town. He wants to charge rent to Hans. Hans has an equally compelling claim to the plot of land. Mudgutter informs me it's a case of eminent domain versus original acquisition. With the court deadlocked, both have agreed to let you settle their dispute. I'll have them meet you at the chapter house. Welcome back, Legionnaire. What can I do for you today?
Rejoice! The Meisters have concluded their session and the hall is...
Poor thing wasn't a Krug at all. Just a terribly ugly man. It's good that he was set free. Can't jail a man for frightening children.
This place is oddly quiet, with all our machines shut down. I wonder what's going on in the Foundry.
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
Did you hear? The Foundry's gone silent.
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
They'd better get the Foundry started again. My mill's been silent for days, and time is money.
They're here. I'm Hans. This is Baron. We have a disagreement, and we decided we'd abide by whatever decision you make.
Indeed. Years ago, the Legion settled disputes, and Hans and I have a conundrum that Stonebridge law can't resolve.
We have a moment to listen to your dispute. Since you're both willing to abide by the decision, we'll mediate as best we can.
I purchased a parcel of land 15 years ago, and have been selling my wares for ages. The Baron here tells me I owe him rent.
You see, I bought large tracts of land back in the days of the farmer. Hans was taken by a charlatan. I certainly didn't authorize the sale.
Yes, well, you did nothing to stand up for your claim to the land. After endless talk with the barristers, we're still deadlocked.
Baron, tell me more about your claim to the land.
By right of original acquisition, the law says the land is mine. I bought it first. Sure, it was human lifetimes ago, but first is first. I am an old goblin, so years pass like months for me. I didn't notice Hans had set up shop and claimed my land as is until recently. I think I'm being fair. He owes me rent for the last several years, and if he wants to stay, he needs to keep paying rent or he can leave.
Hans, can you explain why exactly you think your claim is stronger than the Baron's?
My purchase to the land was vetted and signed by the city of Stonebridge. They failed to research the land's original ownership. But even so, I can claim the right of eminent domain. I've used the land for over 10 years, with no argument from the original owner. I feel terrible that the Baron's land was sold out from under him, but he had ample time to correct this mistake.
I see. The laws are indeed at an impasse here, but I've come to a decision.
So what will it be? Is the land indeed mine, or does this human get to claim it?
Hans's purchase may be questionable, but the Baron had plenty of time to assert ownership. Hans is the real owner of that property.
Figures. Humans always side with humans. Well, I did say I'd accept the ruling. Oh well, I own plenty of land, just a drop in the bucket.
I feel the culprit is the town council that authorized my purchase of the land. Thank you, Legionnaire, for listening to our dispute. Thank you for seeing things my way. I appreciate your decision. Thank you for...
potential currency at local markets. Please comply with all local laws and customs.
Are you lost, Legionnaire? Find out.
Half a human generation has gone by without the Legion here to settle disputes. At last, that tradition returns to Stonebridge. I know you have evil to smite, so it means a lot to me and to the city that you can take time for the little things. Here's a little something for your efforts. Now be careful out there. Welcome back!
Nothing fancy in my shop. My prices are always fair.
Not so fast, Legionnaire. None shall pass this gate without the express authorization of the wise and beneficent Meisters of Stonebridge.
We're going to the Crypts of the Sacred Blood, at Meister Mudgutter's request.
I see. More soldiers of fortune to clean up the Crypts of the Sacred Blood. I was instructed to let you pass. It must be very pleasant in the Crypts. Everyone who has entered them decides to stay there permanently. Please comply with all local laws and customs. Please comply with all local laws and customs.
I have a lucrative arrangement with the city's animal catcher. All the cats a goblin could want. Can I interest you in a lightly used stray cat as a memento of your time in Stonebridge? I have a lucrative arrangement with the city's animal catcher. All the cats a goblin could want.
Did you hear? The Foundry's gone silent, and no one knows why.
Hello there, friends. Looking for anything in particular?
How is business on this side of town?
It's a living, but not by much. Can't turn my back for a minute or folks seem to wander off with my goods. But don't let my ranting and rambling ruin your day. Give a holler if you want something.
This place is oddly quiet, with all our machines shut down. I wonder what's going on in the Foundry.
I think I need another drink.
you happen to have a sledgehammer? I'd like to experience walking with backward-bending knees. Yesterday, I swallowed parchment and chalk. Later today, I'll have a complete map of my digestive system.
Hey, got a second? See, I built this automaton, and it might have gone into a bloodthirsty frenzy of violence, maybe. If you could do me a favor, I figure it'd be in everyone's best interest if it got smashed up without involving the local authorities. Last thing I need is to have the Sweatcog brand name lose its immaculate reputation for safety.
What sort of name is Sweatcog?
Engineering is 10% innovation, 20% math, and 80% perspiration. Sweatcog is a proud name. Don't mock it.
Can't you just shut it off?
Oh, I thought of that. Problem is, I thought of that after I built the construct. So, the only off switch it's got involves smashing it.
We'll take care of it. Just tell us where it is.
Excellent. You'll find the automaton on the other side of town. Just try to deal with it before it causes too much trouble. If you stop it, come on back and I'll pay you for your efforts. Found that automaton yet? He's still on the loose.
Ah, good. I thought I'd find you here. I heard the Legion was back in town, and I've been scampering to get my old notes in order. You see, I've been archiving the history of the 10th Legion in Stonebridge. A sad history, to be sure, but my research can help you.
Go on. What kind of research do you mean?
I've studied the event of the local Legion's demise, the riots. I've kept track of many looters and killers that profited on that day. Some who looted the chapter house proudly displayed their ill-gotten gains, showing off stolen Legion property to house guests. Such arrogance. Well, I have kept track of these pompous criminals, especially the ones who insisted they'd be buried with their trophies.
You spent all this time investigating the Legion's rightful properties. We're in your debt. Where are these artifacts?
I, for one, respect what the Legion did for our kingdom. I'm just doing my part to honor their memory. I've assembled a list of graves that should contain stolen property. Problem is, the crypts have become too dangerous of late. Here, take my notes. Unless the thieves have started looting coffins at random, you should be able to recover the stolen items.
A shame no one confronted these looters while they lived. But at least we can recover what they took.
Good luck recovering those artifacts.
Would you happen to have a sledgehammer? I'd like to experience walking with backward bending knees.
Good work, my friends. I'll need to remember to install a safety switch on my next construct. Here's your payment. Now, something's been bothering me. Nothing in my schematics would have allowed for hostile tendencies. I think someone tampered with my construct. I don't have any rivals that hate me that much, but I have had quite a few parts go missing recently.
We can look into the matter for you.
All I ask is that you keep an eye out for any of the automaton parts that have gone missing. If you find such a construct, kindly bring me back some parts. Simple enough. Well, thanks again. Take care. Found any sabotaged components for me? No? Well, keep looking.
Here are the stolen automatons. But where are they being sent, and why? A gang of thieves. Mudgutter was right. Die and be judged.
Well, look at that sprocket! A magic command from afar can click this little widget in place and disable conflict resolution inhibitors. clever indeed, but I'm sure I could craft a countermeasure. Listen to me ramble. Here's your reward. Now, if you'll pardon me, I need to formulate my schematics. Good day. Thanks again for your help.
A mechanical bridge. It must be controlled by that lever.
Victory!
They followed the thieves. Well done. Now let's find the Master Thief before he slips away. be judged.
I spent a small fortune hiring every cut, purse, footpad, and ruffian this side of Rukenval. Great deal of good it did me.
By order of the Meisters, and in the name of the Legion, you're under arrest. Surrender now and come quietly.
The certainty of being executed by the city, or the possibility of being killed by some righteous vigilantes? I'll choose the latter.
Maybe the boss will give me a bonus for gutting me. I'm going to have to bleed you now. Nothing personal. You just spend too much. Maybe the boss will give me a bonus for gutting me.
Enough. I know when I've met my match. Spare my life, and I'll go quietly.
You've been hauling automatons into the crypts. Tell us why.
The dapper old gent hired us to abscond with the city's automatons. We tear them up, turn them over to the gent, he pays us good coin. I guess he's selling the damn things on the black market, but it's none of my affair. It's hard to carry those metal brutes very far, so we set up here, in the crypts. The locals don't come down here.
Not anymore.
You kept a few of the automatons for yourself. How did you manage to control them?
Got those from the gent. He must have rebuilt some of the ones we stole for him, and gave them new orders.
One more question. How do I find the dapper old gent?
Best of luck to you, friend. I've sent people to follow him, but it's been no use. He's like a ghost. My men will trail him to a dead-end alley, and like that, he'll be gone. He finds me, I never seek him out.
Constables will be coming to arrest you. If you try to run, we'll hunt you down.
I told you all I know. Leave me be.
Did you see? That thief showed no fear of prison, even though he will certainly hang. The thief must be sure that something will happen, and someone will set him free.
So, my research was put to good use. I'm glad the artifacts are back in the hands of the Legion.
Hello there, friends. Looking for anything in particular?
We seem to have found something of yours. A shipment of goods.
Bless you. I was wondering what became of that shipment. I can't thank you enough.
We're glad to help. If you have any more trouble, our chapter house is always open to you.
Aye, the folks around here don't have a fine history with the Legion, but I hope that'll change. Now really, I must insist on paying you. Thanks again for recovering my merchandise. Long live the Legion.
Rejoice. The Meisters have concluded their session and the...
You'll have my vote. It's the others who will need convincing.
Can you tell me anything about the other Meisters? Anything that might help me convince them?
Meister Grimmelhaus, the mayor, he'll vote with the majority. Always does. So it comes down to the other three. Castle, Mudgutter, and Fiddlewick.
Can you tell me anything about Meister Castle?
He's a hard-bitten man. Likes nothing so much as sweat on a workman's brow. Castle is the guild master of ironmongers. The most powerful guild in Stonebridge, I dare say. They maintain the great foundry beneath the city streets.
Mudgutter can't be very pleasant with a name like that.
Not pleasant as such. Mudgutter is a goblin, after all, and a barrister on top of that. But one can admire his efficiency. Pass a contract before his eyes, and he will remember every clause, no matter how tiny the print. Above all else, he reveres the law, and I cannot fault him for that.
Fiddlewick is an odd name. What's he like?
A soft-hearted little fellow, always arguing with Castle over some question of wages or social class. Fiddlewick is master of the college, so he has a permanent seat on the council. And he's a goblin, of course, hence the name.
Thanks. That's all I needed to know.
No trouble at all. Honored to be of service to the Legion.
During the council meeting, you said something about the dapper old gent.
Understand, what I tell you now must be held in the strictest confidence. For a great many years, Stonebridge has been haunted by a most elusive villain. He appears out of thin air, wherever and whenever he likes. Confounds my constables at every turn. Even the automatons, mind you.
Does this man have a proper name?
Only a few witnesses have seen him, but they all say that he's exquisitely dressed, an elderly gentleman of quality. Someone started calling him the Dapper Old Gent. The name stuck.
What crimes has he committed?
Theft, sabotage, wanton destruction of city property. Lately, his schemes have taken a sinister turn. Less thieving and more mayhem. Almost as if he hates Stonebridge and all its people. All the scoundrels of the city worship him. They serve him as eyes and ears.
You employ automatons as town constables?
Indeed. They're disciplined, tireless, and they follow orders without question. Far better than the lazy lugs that we used to employ. When I finally won the first constable's chair, I sacked a lot of them. Ah!
Enough about the gent for now.
Right. Something else you need?
We'll talk again later.
Capital. I'll look forward to it. You'll have my vote.
We'll talk...
Capital.
Back at last. Several of the thieves have surrendered and offered statements of confession. I've been reading them. Interesting indeed. The automatons cost the city a fortune to build. No doubt their components sold for a hefty sum. If the gent is actually selling them, that is.
You don't think he means to sell the automaton parts?
Well, if he was raising money to fund his illegal operations, there are less convoluted ways of doing so. I hypothesize that he's trying to get a closer look at our automatons. To what end, I cannot say.
So I trust we can count on your vote?
I am a goblin of my word. Of course, you will have my vote. And one thing more. Legally speaking, you were deputized by a Meister to administer discretionary justice. In other words, I owe you fair recompense. And with this, our contract regarding the matter of the missing automatons is complete. Do remember that this payment is taxable income.
Of course. The Legion isn't above the law.
Good. I'll have my assistant deliver all the necessary paperwork to the chapter house. Taxes are due second day of Spring Harrow. At some point, I'll send over an assessor to determine how much of the causeway is considered taxable acreage. Now, if you'll give me a moment, I'll find the sub-schedule for arcane expenses. Hold on. Let me see where I put that. Salutations, Legionnaires. I am currently overscheduled and lack the time or mental acuity for pleasant discourse. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have several invoices to write. Divorce is such a profitable legal institution. Salutations, Legionnaires. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to write my amicus brief on the court decision regarding the concealed swords law. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to taste test the entries for the next annual Brewers tournament. Now, if you'll excuse me. Now.
Ah, the envoy from the Legion.
I won't take it.
I appreciate your willing.
Did you hear? The Foundry's gone silent, and no one knows why.
Sorry, my friends, the Foundry is closed for an undefined amount of time. We do regret any inconvenience this may cause.
The 10th Legion is at your service. Just tell us what's going on.
What a blessing! The city's automatons can't handle the heat of the Foundry, and we ironmongers are craftsmen, not constables. The Cyclopses have gone mad. They've killed a few of our foremen, and the gears of the Foundry have stopped. We spotted goblin agitators inside as well. And if that wasn't enough, the fire elementals that power our furnaces have gotten loose.
I need to ask you a few questions before I go inside.
Of course. Anything. Just ask.
Do you have any idea why your workers would take over the Foundry?
The Night Foreman? The man in charge when this uprising began? I'm afraid he's dead. All our efforts have gone into evacuating the wounded and making sure the Cyclopses don't escape into the city. We're short on facts.
These goblin agitators you mentioned. Do you know who hired them or what their plan is?
They wore no official heraldry and made no statements of allegiance. We give tours of the Foundry. I'm sure that's how they got in. The Cyclopses haven't killed them, so for all we know, they're working together. Perhaps they incited this madness.
How exactly did these Cyclopses get into the Foundry in the first place?
Oh, they've been here for years. And in all this time, they've tirelessly tended the Foundry without complaint or commotion. This caught us all by surprise. One moment they were working peacefully, the next, wanton violence.
We're ready to help. What would you have us do?
Our attempts to parley have ended in bloodshed. You'll need to pacify them by force. I don't want the Cyclopses eliminated. I just want them to go back to work. So find their leader and humble him. The sooner the Foundry is back in operation, the better. If you can restart any of the gear works below, that would also be a great help. Any change in the situation down below?
Not yet. We'll talk later.
Be careful. If you're wounded in the Foundry, we may not be able to send help. Of course, anything. Just...
Pardon me, I'm still a bit jumpy. What with the Cyclops revolt?
Step cautious there, Legionnaire. Several of my men never made it out of the Foundry.
I've seen fire jackals down there glowing so hot, even the Cyclopses can't control the beasts.